Hi guys, this is Eyes, and here we're gonna actually have a tier list of AD carry. I'm gonna rank every single AD carry and we're gonna see who is the best, who is the worst. How do you basically decide? S tier is gonna be, first of all, it's gonna be the Draven. So particularly if you're bronze, silver or gold, I recommend you Draven only if you have super good mechanics. Draven is a good champion if you, whether you have a good draft or you don't have a good draft, it just really doesn't matter. Because if you're super good on Draven, you can play him. I recommend you to play him only if you're super good mechanically, and that usually doesn't happen if you're below platinum. But some people in silver, gold, some people that are really good mechanically and they play StarCraft, they played CSGO, they played, and you see that you also have kill ratio of minimum 8 kills per game, and you don't have you have minimum 8 kills per game on average. Draven can be a good champion for you, whether you're low elo or high elo. Draft doesn't matter, you can pick him in every single matchup. I mean, okay, some pro players are gonna tell you, yeah, Alistar, Blitzcrank, you know, there are counters. True, there are counters, but you can always play around it with Draven. Second of all, it's gonna be the Jhin. Extremely good bronze to challenger. Bronze to diamond, you can pick it in any matchup. Blind pick, it doesn't really matter. In challenger, it's also okay with the Stormraiser build. If they do go for tanks, that's the only problem. But if they go for tanks, you go fleet footwork and you just play for fleet footwork into Stormraiser basically. And if you want to go for lethality, then you can just consider going for Dark Harvest really. And I think in lower elo this is better, but if they have tanks, you can always consider going for Stormraiser. Jhin is very good, doesn't matter the draft, you can play him in every case. He's very good at Bard, pretty okay with range supports, melee supports with Blitzcrank and Rakan, and he's okay, you know, but he doesn't really have much damage. MF, same thing, bronze to challenger, very good, very easy. You can play her in any draft until Diamond 4. Until Diamond 1 actually. After Diamond 1, be careful when you play her against champions that can block her ER, like Braum or Yasuo. And she might have some problems with tanks, even though in this meta she's actually pretty okay even against tanks with the new build and with Real does, and how much damage you actually do and how much pen opportunity, a lot of movement speed and stuff. So I think she's actually a good pick. Blind pick in high elo, maybe not, but in low elo until like Diamond 1, I don't think you should have a problem blind picking her. Okay, so in engaged champions and CC like Alistar and Lissandra mid and stuff, she might be a bit off, but if you go cleanse and if you're really good on her, I think she can be okay. Unless they have a lot of long range, they have Syndra mid lane, Alistar on support, jungle they have Gragas, and so many champions that you can't hit, and your composition doesn't have a lot of CC, so it can help you to have the setup needed, right? Kalista, don't play her if you're like lower than Grandmaster Masters. If you really like her, sure, but she's gonna hold you back a lot. I do think that you pick Kalista. You can pick first pick, you can pick with range support, engage support. She's excelling really hard with range, with engage support, so there is that. But personally, if it was me, I wouldn't actually play Kalista unless I'm Master Tier. And if I'm Master Tier Plus, Kalista is very good. If you're good on Kalista, she's gonna win very hard. Okay, Ashe, very good, bronze to challenger, any matchup until Diamond 1, you can pick Ashe. She's very good with engage, very good with range supports. You can play poke. She's extremely nice. I mean, you can argue that most of the cases she will not be good into engage. She will be very hard to position it yourself, so I wouldn't pick her if they have like a lot of assassins like Fizz mid lane, top lane, Jax, AD carry, Samira, Nautilus. I wouldn't pick her, but in general, blind pick is fine, low elo is fine, high elo is fine. Just be very careful if you pick her in high elo, you pick her blind, and you pick her with the possibility of them going tanks. Even if you pick her like first pick like this, and you know that these picks can be assassins, you might reconsider your option. But below Diamond 1, I think she can always be a fine option. Even if you die against assassins, you still have utility. So I recommend you to not blind Ashe though, if it's okay, even if it's possible, because against assassins she doesn't do much, but I think she's okay blind. Anyways, Varus, same thing, on hit lethality. Did they have tanks? You always go on hit. If they don't have tanks, you always can go. If you have a range support, you can consider going lethality with Halo Blades or with Comet. Comet is if they have a lot of range and they don't have tanks, or they don't have tanky people. But if they have like a Darius or something, you can go Halo Blades on Varus, so you can actually put your passive right before you actually hit your abilities. So with range supports, you can always go lethality. With melee supports, you can always go on hit. Very versatile, very good blind pick, probably the best blind pick. Very good with every single support in the game. very nice pick overall, Varus.
Are you an AD carry main struggling to make an impact in your games? Is your damage output disappointingly low, leaving you feeling frustrated and powerless in the role you love? Introducing our specialized coaching program designed to supercharge your AD carry performance. Imagine a world where your damage, decision making and farming skills are 10 times better and the outcome of your games is no longer left to chance. Meet Chase, just like you, he was once stuck in the same position, facing low damage and inconsistency in his games. Let's see what happened after his coaching experience, from Diamond 4 to Master Tier. Wow! And here is Jordan and Brett, both transformed into formidable AD carry after the coaching session. These success stories aren't just isolated cases, they are a part of a community of over 3,243 players who benefited from the coaching program. If it worked for them, why not for you? Picture yourself as an unstoppable AD carry. It's not a dream, it's your potential with the coaching session. Don't wait any longer, visit Visite.com, book your coaching and become the AD carry the enemy team hates to play against.
Vayne, again, I don't recommend you if you're low elo and you have below 8 kills per game on Vayne, on in general, and on Vayne specifically, I recommend you to not have more deaths than 5, because if you have 6-7 deaths on Vayne, that means you're playing way too aggressive. Or if you have 6 deaths on any champion of AD carry, that means you're playing, this is a sign that you're playing a bit too aggressive. But personally, if you have minimum 8 kills per game average, you can play Vayne most likely, and you can try her. She's very good. Bronze to Challenger, I don't recommend her in low elo necessarily, but if you're a player, again, that played StarCraft or whatever, you can play her Vayne, it's fine, no worries. She's really good champion. Do not pick her in like bad draft. Like, I wouldn't blind her, I wouldn't pick her if I don't see the support. If they pick like a champion like Senna, I wouldn't pick her. If they pick a champion like Jean or MF that can stop me completely, or Varus stop me completely, or Draven stop me completely, not really. But if I see Ezreal and I see that support is like Yumi and I can scale, I can always pick Vayne. So don't blind her, pick her in the good matchup where you're not going to get obliterated and you should be Gucci gang. Okay. Nilah, I mean, personally, I don't like this champion. She just doesn't do much in the laning phase. She just farms, she plays safe, she's very useful, she provides a lot of utility to the teammates, she's never inting, she's always useful. She's kind of like the Karma mid lane, Lulu mid lane kind of thing, utility style that doesn't really do much, but at the same time she can carry. So I don't personally recommend her. You can, I mean, don't pick her when you have range support, and don't pick her if you don't have engage in the composition. With engage support, you can always pick her if you want, but other than that, personally, I think she's a good champion. I can't say she's not, but I just personally think that there are other champions that are better, that can help you to learn the game. Nilah, I don't think she necessarily helps you to really learn any fundamentals. Yeah, she's good, really good in high elo. In low elo, I do not recommend Nilah, in my opinion. She's a weak champion. Twitch is super good. I think that if you want to play Twitch, I mean, he's very good. The problem is that same thing, he has very weak laning phase, he doesn't really help you to learn really any of the fundamentals in the game, so I don't recommend it below Diamond. After Diamond, I recommend it. He's very good with Lulu. He's S+ tier for sure, he's very nice champion. If you want to play him in low elo, you can, but I just personally recommend you a champion that has, if you choose to play Twitch or Vayne, try to have minimum a champion that is easy in your champion pool. So a champion pool would look like Twitch Jean, you know, Twitch MF, or something hard, something easy, you know, something like fluctuation of that. That's what I personally do with that guy. Xayah, I wouldn't play her below Platinum. She has very hard combos, but if you're super good on Xayah or you already played her, maybe you can consider playing her also low elo. High elo, after Diamond 3+, basically, you can play her. It's not bad, you can play her, but just I would only play her if they have like a lot of champions that engage. They have Amumu, they have Alistar, they have Akali. I know all of them go into me. They have Darius top lane, and it's easy peasy. I just pick this champion, I kite them forever. She's S tier. If they have Syndra or long range champions, they have Varus lethality and like stuff that are gonna outrange you. They have Senna. Do not pick this champion, she's not good. Samara, you have engage support, you can pick it. I don't recommend her ever below Diamond. She's very bad to learn fundamentals. She's gonna hold you back, she's gonna make bad patterns to you. Same thing like Sivir, she's gonna make a lot of bad patterns to you. So I don't actually recommend you to play this champion. But with the Nautilus, if you're like higher elo, you can. If you're lower elo, again, I think there are other champions that are helping you more with the game. But yeah, you need to, that's the minimum requirements, to have some engagements on bot lane. And that's basically it. Jinx, really good bronze to like challenger. Pretty blind pickable until Diamond 1. After Diamond 1, I wouldn't pick her blind pick because they have Blitz, they have Nautilus, and they can punish you. Below Diamond 1, I mean, you can pick Jinx, and if you have good positioning, you should be fine. But I would still not pick her in like really heavy engage, like Leona or Nautilus. But if they have like range support, you can always pick this champ. Bronze to Challenger, she's very good, she's very OP. If you learn her, definitely big reward. Caitlyn, if you have like if you're super good at spacing, super good at like punishing in the lane, Caitlyn is okay champion. Jinx is better in this meta, I feel like, but Caitlyn is also good if you know how to play her. So definitely there is that with Caitlyn. When do you pick her? I mean, you can pick her blind pick, you can pick her with any support, whether you can have engaged support like Alistar, you can just put the trap and you can play super aggressive, or simply you can just play her with range support. So she's very versatile. I wouldn't pick her again. She's good every single case. She's good first pickable. Again, Blitzcrank can counter her, but I guess Blitzcrank can counter every single AD carry, so I wouldn't really worry about that. Caitlyn is blind pickable. I wouldn't pick her below Platinum because, well, actually she can help you to learn the fundamentals of trading in the lane and poking and playing around your range. So I think maybe even below Platinum is good. But again, make sure you have a well-rounded champion pool. You don't play only Caitlyn, you play Caitlyn and maybe you pick a Lucian so you can have a bit of aggressivity in the lane as well. But then you also play Vayne so you can have a bit of scaling. So that's kind of like a well-rounded champion pool that will allow you to play, to be a well-rounded player and to learn the fundamentals. If you play, let's say, a champion that only allows you to learn one thing, let's say you play only Kalista and you only know how to be aggressive, you won't know how to play safe, you won't know how to play weak side, you won't know how to give up farm, you won't know how to farm with Q with Kalista, just the minions. So it's really good to have a very well-rounded champion pool. That's what, like, my opinion in this case. Okay, Aphelios, I mean, Bronze to Challenger, Grandmaster Plus, you can play him if you're really insane on him. I think he's bad in this meta. You shouldn't play him in low elo for sure. He will take you forever to learn. If you really like him, maybe you can play normal, but I don't think he's really helping you to learn the game necessarily. Sivir, personally, I think she's very, very bad. You shouldn't pick her basically in any rank unless it's high elo and they don't have like a lot of range and you feel like you need wave clear. You can pick that, but I think that there are other champions that are much better. Sivir is very bad for low elo. Every single player that I coach on Sivir has bad fundamentals, farms too much, thinks he has wave clear, he has good farm, but he does 0 damage. So Sivir doesn't help you to have good fundamentals. Tristana is good if you want to learn the game, if you want to play aggressive. Lucian is a bit of a better option for Tristana. I think if you're below Platinum, you can definitely play Tristana. She's going to help you to learn how to play aggressive, help you to go in, help you to test your limits. She's nice. After Diamond, maybe she's okay in some situations if you play against Vayne or stuff that you need to punish consistently and very hard. In that case, she's okay. Otherwise, I would prefer Lucian in majority of the cases. Como only with Lulu. I mean, I wouldn't play him if I don't have Peel, and I wouldn't play him in engage support. If I have Lulu, I should always play him. Otherwise, I wouldn't play him. Ezreal, if you're super good, you can make him A tier. I don't recommend Ezreal at all below Platinum, and I would say even below Diamond. But let's say below Emerald, because a lot of players right now actually in this meta have good mechanics. So I wouldn't recommend this champion. He's probably one of the worst champion in the game to learn the game from. It's good to have it in your champion pool. It's a very nice champion. It's a very well-rounded champion that you need to always have in your pool. It's just, I don't personally like it because majority of the people that play Ezreal, they don't learn the game. They just play safe, farm with Q, and they think they play League of Legends. The problem with Ezreal is that you can only lose the lane, as in only play the lane to not lose it, but you can't really win the lane phase, even though you could argue that you go PTA and you can actually win the lane. The thing is, Ezreal is quite a safe dynamic. He's not too safe, he's not too aggressive, he's kind of in the middle, so this is why I personally don't like him. Plus the items in this meta are kind of bad. Kaisa only with engage support. I don't recommend that in low elo. Super high elo, Master Plus, if you have engage or you have a lot of CC, you can play her. I don't really personally recommend that in low elo. She's super hard, very hard to carry with. You have to be very good at playing back to front, knowing when to go in. Very good mechanically. I don't recommend her. She's very fun though, so if you want to play her, then there you go. And Zeri is just tremendous champion. I wouldn't really recommend her. So guys, let me know if you like this kind of tier list. Let me know if this was helpful. Let me know what do you think about this, and please, if you want to see it, let me know what other content you want to see on this page. And thanks so much for watching, and hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.
$5. If you have problems improving and getting better in the game faster but cannot afford booking coaching, on my Patreon you can access more than 627 VOD reviews, premium videos about how to wave management, mid-game macro, and tier lists that will show you the best champions to climb and to improve for your elo. And these are not on YouTube, this is only on Patreon, they're exclusive. Moreover, you can participate in the free coaching waiting list to get a premium VOD review. I'm giving away 2 free VOD reviews every single week. All what you need to do is simple 2-step process. Subscribe to my Patreon and share your OPGG, and voila, you are on the waiting list. You're gonna get a personalized VOD review for any game in your match history. For just $5, you get not only the free VOD review, but a whole bunch of exclusive benefits that will supercharge your gaming experience. It's a small investment for a big return. And it's just $5, it's no brainer, right? But here is the deal, you've got to act quickly. The waiting list is already filling up fast. 55 people already subscribed to the Patreon, and there are 6 people that they already are on board, they are on the waiting list. And more are joining every moment. Now, do you want to secure your spot for a free VOD review? Go ahead on my Patreon and reserve it right now.